Hello everyone, I'm Cherry Casanes, and for today we have a new lesson which is adjectives, degrees of comparison. So let's start. The content for today is the adjectives, definition of adjectives, then we have some examples, comparative adjectives, then we have superlative adjectives, and we are going to end with a final comparison between those degrees. To start with the lesson, we have the definition of adjective by the dictionary Merriam-Webster. Adjective is a word belonging to one of the major form classes in any of numerous languages, and typically serving as a modifier of a noun to denote a quality of the thing named, to indicate its quantity or extent, or to specify a thing as distinct from something else. So now we have some examples to understand better what an adjective is. Here we have 4 examples. The first one is red, slow, small, and expensive. Can we have some sentences using those adjectives? Of course. Now you can have a picture and guess which sentence can we create with that. This is the first one. Can you create a sentence with this? Okay, let's see. Her hat is red. Her hat is red. Here we have red as the adjective. The next picture is a snail. Can you create a sentence with this? Very good. The snail is slow. The snail is slow. And slow is the adjective here. Now with another picture. Oh, look at that car. Which sentence can you create? Here's an example. It is a small car. It is a small car. Small is the adjective. The last one. We have a what? An example for this one with a sentence. This watch is expensive. This watch is expensive. Here, expensive is the adjective. So to continue with the adjectives, we are going to see now the comparative adjectives. A definition for comparative adjectives by your dictionary is that they are used to compare one noun to another noun. In these instances, only 2 items are being compared. To better understand this definition, we are going to see some examples. Here's the first example. We have expensive. This jewelry is expensive. The comparative form for expensive is more expensive. Here we have the example. Can we have it in a sentence? Yes. The ring is more expensive than the other jewelry. The ring is more expensive than the other jewelry. More expensive than is the phrase used to compare. The next one, is small. This fish is small. The comparative form is smaller. And here we have an example. This fish is smaller. This fish is smaller. Smaller is the comparative form. Now, let's see the last one. We have fast. The bicycle goes fast. And the comparative form is faster. Within a sentence, the car goes faster than the bicycle. The car goes faster than the bicycle. Excellent. Now we are going to go to the superlative adjectives. The superlative adjectives are those used to compare three or more nouns. They are also used to compare one thing against the rest of the group. Superlative adjectives demonstrate a higher level of comparison between entities. This definition is provided by your dictionary. Here we have some examples to see how the superlative is comparing between three other things. Here we have the adjective that it is expensive. Remember the jewelry. Then we have more expensive. Then the ring is more expensive. And the most expensive, that is the superlative. Here we have the crown is the most expensive. The crown is the most expensive. The most expensive is the superlative form. Let's look at the next one. Here we have fast. The bicycle goes fast. The comparative, the car goes faster than the bicycle. And the superlative form is the fastest. The fastest. Now we are going to use it in a sentence. The airplane is the fastest way to travel. The airplane is the fastest way to travel. The fastest is the superlative form. The next one is old. I can use it like, my dad is old. In a comparative form, we use older. I can say, my grandfather is older than my dad. But in the superlative form, we use oldest. Oldest. So if we use it in a sentence, my grandmother is the oldest in my family. My grandmother is the oldest in my family. Remember that the oldest is the superlative form from old. Here we have a comparison of adjectives. We are going to see some positive adjectives, then the comparative form and the superlative form. Let's look at the first one. Small, slow, fast, old, short, expensive, beautiful, and comfortable. The comparatives are smaller, slower, faster, older, shorter, more expensive, more beautiful, and more comfortable. And lastly, we have the superlative. And here we have the smallest, the slowest, the fastest, the oldest, the shortest, the most expensive, the most beautiful, and the most comfortable. Excellent. Now we have some examples. Here we have smallest, smaller, and small, big, bigger, and biggest. Can you create a sentence using those examples? You can use one if you are creating a sentence using an adjective. You can use two if you are creating a sentence using a comparative adjective. And also you can create it with a superlative. Did you create this sentence? Let's look some options. The dog is smaller than the pig. The dog is smaller than the pig. The cow is the biggest animal here. The cow is the biggest animal here. The horse is bigger than the sheep. The horse is bigger than the sheep. So here we have smaller than the pig is an example of comparative. The biggest animal here is an example of superlative. And bigger than is also an example of comparative. Now we have another picture. Can you create a sentence using this picture? Here we have comfortable, more comfortable, and the most comfortable. Did you have your sentence ready? Let's look at the options. Here we have the bank is comfortable. This is a positive adjective. The bank is comfortable. Then we have the chair is more comfortable. The chair is more comfortable as an example of comparative adjective. And lastly, we have the sofa is the most comfortable. The sofa is the most comfortable. And that is an example of a superlative. Thank you for your attention and see you next week. Bye.